have Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Right away, they'll change the look. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, Silver. Hey, 73.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Great. Out.
Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. But he's used to running it that distance. Here again to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Alert!
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And he's into the hands of Coleman downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
56. Hey, home. Off 52. What's up?
To throw, it's Allen. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To the air, Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third.
And again, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
63. Hey. Count up, Yanni.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
580! 5 wide. Pass. What's that?
So after the INT, it's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew McCurdy. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Great.
Play action. Here's Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, hold. Alert.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, 56. Middle. Round 80.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
In motion goes the tight end. Allen to throw once more. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. A gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Brandon Cooks from 13 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point good by Prater. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
No gain on the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime.
63.
Hurts. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
No touch.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's got some space here. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
Defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. This one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down.
Here's Allen to throw it. The right side here caught by Kincaid. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Allen going to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And the Eagles force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession. but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Great. Set. Don't touch him.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Andrew McCuba. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to take.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 40 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Look out.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Now follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
56. What's up?
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 3rd. Now looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Bills 1st down.
Middle.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, tight.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Up
Up the middle with Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. A Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They'll set up to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He'll try to do it himself. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 105 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Alpha.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Crowd left Yeti. 180, 180. No touch.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Trimmer.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
That's the score. Eagles 21, Bills 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
A gain of 14.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Here comes 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw is Allen. Cooks on a quick slant. All 3 timeouts still in their back pocket. Here's 1st and 10.
Bills first down.
Throwing, Allen. That is caught by Shakir. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. This is 1st and 10.
A gain of 14. First down, Buffalo.
Alert! Alert!
Here's Allen. He's able to get it to Coleman. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 1st down.
At the 11-yard line.
Half 85, half 85. Middle.
Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Clock showing 18 seconds for 2nd down. Throwing is Allen. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Now Allen. And he's going to go down. He's get rid of the football, and they remain down by a point. So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.